Welcome back, Bob the Vapor Computer Guy. I did a battery rewrap video probably like 2 years ago. I got a lot of good feedback on it. I just want to show you, I have a battery here that needs to be rewrapped. The top is starting to rip off a little bit. You'll see it in the up close. And I'm just going to rewrap it, and I figured I just show, for those people who don't know how easy it is to rewrap a battery, you know, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's simple. But if you have a little tear on your battery, you really should go through the trouble of rewrapping. There's two things you're going to need. You're going to need a battery wrap and a little safety rings that go on top. I don't know what they call those. Battery wraps. See here, I got a couple. I think they're like, you know, 50 for $5 on Amazon, something like that. I mean, that'll last you for easily for, you know, a decade or more probably. And then you get these little battery stickers that go on top to prevent the connection between the positive and negative, the little safety thing. Same thing. It's like 100 for $5. So for $10, you got enough to probably cover you for the rest of your vaping life. It's worth doing. We're going to dive down the table. I'm just going to show you real quick how easy it is to rewrap a battery. Okay, so this is a really easy process. What you're going to need is your battery that you want to rewrap. You're going to need a wrap, and I'm just using ones here that I got from IMR batteries. And what you should have is some of these. These are the little pieces that are the safety caps that go on here. Because on this battery, the positive pin is that, of course, the center. The negative is kind of all the rest, the whole wrapping that goes all the way around it. And this is what protects that little connection, you know, of touching, because if that wasn't there and you just touch it here with a piece of metal, you're going to short it out. So we're going to take one of these off, and you should use these. All right, you got that little sticky wrap. I'm just going to put that over to the side for the moment, if it gets off my hand. So for those of you who are intimidated about doing this, it is, shouldn't have peeled that off yet, it is extremely simple. Go ahead and peel off your current battery wrap. And if you have to get it started, don't use a screwdriver or scissors or something, all right? You need to just try and rip it off yourself, or use something that is non-conductive. Now, if you still have that piece on there, you don't need to replace it, but I'm going to replace it. That one just falls off. This is a sticky one, all right? So we're going to place that on there for safety. We're going to open up our wrap. We're going to insert the battery. Now what's going to happen is that's going to need to come down around it and cover that safety cap. So you kind of got to do it just 50-50, all right? Half of it there, half of it there, in terms of how much it overlays the edge of the battery. All right, 50-50 is what I find works well. All right, now when I turn this on, I am going to mute the sound because you really don't want to hear how loud it is. And all we're going to do is shrink wrap this battery. I'm going to zoom in a little bit better so you can see it. And let's start going. Now when you do this, you don't want to hold it in one spot too long, obviously, because it's hot. This is just a regular hair dryer. If you're using a heat gun, you got to be more careful. Keep moving it around. But you can watch. And before I start, just to say, it is also, of course, very hot on your hands if you're holding your hand in one spot. So if you do want to use something to hold the battery, use something like ceramic tweezers or something to try and hold it still, so you don't have to burn your fingers with it, you know, because it does get hot even for a regular hair dryer. All right, so with the hairdryer off, that's it. You do want to make sure that you do, you know, get the sides pretty good, because you don't want any, you know, sticking out, so that when you insert it, it might snag and rip some more. So make sure you seal down the sides tight. Now you can see here, this is sealed. That safety cap is in there, and the other side is done. And that's it. That's all you have to do to rewrap a batteries. any batteries, whether it's 18650, 2700s, 21700s. Of course, those are different larger wraps that you will have to get. But that's it. There you go. That's a battery rewrap. So if you're feeling skeptical about rewrapping your batteries, make sure you do, because if you notice, those little tears on the batteries can be dangerous, all right? It can short out your battery, and you can have venting, you can have a very bad situation. So there you go. I hope that just helps you real quick not to feel too intimidated about bothering to, rewrap your batteries. If it's a pretty new battery and it's working well, no need to throw it out and buy a new one when you can just simply rewrap it. But do rewrap them for safety. So there you go. Thanks for watching. See you next time.